For those watching, if you've seen our other interviews, it was sunny out a second ago. Not anymore.
Nope.
It's nighttime, night interview. We're sitting with Atta Guns, fresh off their set today.
How's it going,
I'm
guys?
Twitt with Clubhouse Chronicles, sitting next to Ethan G.
Yes, sir.
Who provided all this awesome gear so we get all these different camera angles. You can see the beautiful faces of every member of Atta Guns and mine and Ethan's, so you're not just staring at my webcam. But how we doing?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Doing good?
Happy to be here.
Hell yeah. We're happy to have you here. It's your first show back in a while.
Very long while. This is my first show with the band. I haven't played it on a stage in over a year now. I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome.
I'm really happy to be a part of this project. I have been recording this band since the very first release, so I know these songs very intimately, and it's really exciting to now transition into playing them live.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
And Alex is really good at sound engineering, so we really like his work. So just happy to have him in the band now. It's been like a while since he's been recording our stuff. So yeah, check out his other stuff, other bands he's recorded. Really great sound engineer.
Who else have you recorded?
I recorded bands like Yada Yada, Light Blue Lines. I've done some work with Scarlett Demore. Atta Guns is my favorite though, and it's seriously a dream come true to be in this project, honestly.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
And you guys drove all the way down here from Chicago.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, that's cool. Like, I don't know if there is anyone else that far north down here.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, that's really cool that you guys made the drive. What's the scene like up there in Chicago? I know I'm sure it's enormous, but
tons of stuff.
Probably some niche. You guys got like your own like niche kind of scene in it, or?
It's full of talent.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like I feel like there's just so much talent. It's overwhelming. It's really
dense.
It's yeah, and I mean the scene really supportive. Really good sense of camaraderie there. I feel like I've never played a show where I left like feeling unsatisfied. It's always been great. So yeah, still
Awesome.
thriving too.
Yeah, and I feel like the pit etiquette is a very good indicator of what kind of scene you have. And they love to pit, but they also love to pick you up when you fall down.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
That's good.
Yeah.
So who are some of the bands that you've played with up in Chicago? I'm familiar with a handful. So any names that come to mind who you've played with?
We've played with sort of a lot of bands, but Sweet Hudson is one. We've played with Rotundos.
They're great.
Dead Dog. Yeah, we've played with who else? Scarlett Demore, sorry, and then Fundamental Kink. There's so many, it's hard to think right now.
Yeah.
Another really good one too that I don't think they're currently doing anything anymore. But Isn't It Strange?
Oh yeah.
They rock, man. But yeah, there's a lot of talent. And I just feel grateful, and I think they can all, agree that just being able to be on the bill with so many talented people, it's awesome. It's all full of love, and we enjoy every bit of it. So yeah,
That's awesome. Is this your first time this far south? In like
This is our
Central
first time
Illinois?
out of the city.
Oh no shit!
Really awesome.
Hell of a way to start.
Oh no, we did play DeKalb, but that was
Like further.
that was like 40 minutes away. This is
It's 3
much
hours.
further. Much
different.
further, yeah.
Cool. I'm glad. What did you think of Central Illinois? Your first Central Illinois experience? It's not a DIY show by any means, but it's pretty fucking cool what Mount Moon is put on today.
I'm incredibly impressed. Sorry to cut you off. I'm incredibly impressed because I saw the previous years of Mount Moon, and honestly, I thought we were going to be in like a parking lot or something.
So did
and
I.
witnessing
Yeah, that's
it,
also what we
this
thought.
big of a stage with the lights, and I even saw some of the lights synced up with some of the bands. It's seriously so incredible to see something DIY this big, and like the town being willing to chop off a whole street just for this. It's honestly really beautiful. I'm really proud of you guys.
Yeah, it doesn't seem DIY to me. Like I was impressed with how like well organized everything was. Like, you guys have a website going on to sell tickets on, and like good marketing for it. And I really liked the flyer that you guys came out. It looked like a actual like festival. So yeah,
Hey, it
that's what I
is
was
an
really-
actual festival. Words have power.
Oh, you're right. Yes.
Manifestation right there. Yes.
It is.
And there was a
real
green
deal.
room with pizza. That's amazing. That's not DIY. That's amazing.
I ate so much pizza. I'm sorry to all the other bands. Just, yeah.
So
Our greed consumes us.
So you guys started the year off with an EP. The Heart and Mind Have Nothing in Common. What can you tell me about that? I heard a few songs off it. So from my understanding, it seemed like you had singles throughout the years that you kind of culminated up to the EP. What can you tell me about that process in the EP?
So, yeah, that project, long time coming. We had a bunch of those songs from pretty much the very beginning, which was about like January 2022, and it was interesting recording some of them because like for one of the songs, Limbo, we recorded it once, and then after hearing it, we're like, this is too slow, and we recorded it again, and we heard it, we're like, this is better, but it still feels slow.
And the second one was just about to be mastered. It was like at the very end of the recording process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we finally found a tempo that was right.
Nice.
And
that can be tricky sometimes. Like
yeah.
it can trick you up. Like I make beats and stuff, so sometimes like especially when you're like chopping a sample or something. Like, yeah, no. Sometimes the tempo like you might get messed up in your head.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that.
Crazy what 1 BPM can do to a song, like genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's those are songs that we've been working on for a while, and yeah, I mean, it came from a lot of passion and heart, and we're very proud of it. So yeah.
Cool. It's awesome. It's an awesome project. Really awesome. So congrats to you guys on getting that out. I said congrats to you guys on getting that out. It's a great project.
I think we sound louder to ourselves in this
because we got the headphones.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Sorry.
Unless you're gonna give us some headphones, please.
I'll just scream.
Yeah, this is a great set. Like.
We got Kangaroo Court going on behind us right now. They're killing it. But yeah, no, one single that I did really enjoy off of that project, Pocket of Time. I enjoyed that one, and it was funny. I was on your Spotify and I saw in the description you guys said, what was it? I think I wrote it down. Anime music, or it just said Chicago boys from making anime music. Once I heard that and I was listening, I'm like, oh, I could see this being in an anime. Like I could see the character like looking away, with it. I was like, oh, I get it. So I take it you guys are big anime fans.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it on their merch, so they kind of gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw the merch yet. I'll walk over there.
They've been holding it up the whole time.
Yeah. We could probably grab it. But like Pocket of Time, I did this thing where I put the song over like an anime clip. You know, so you just like scroll on TikTok, you see like anime clips with songs on them, just to see how it would work. And I was like, oh wow, this looks like really cool. So we're thinking about like in the future, like doing like some sort of projection on the screen, just like an anime fight scene in the back.
That'd be fire.
And, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like our music kind of fits that kind of
Top
vibe.
5 Naruto fights. Like
Yeah.
Boom.
That's funny. We were just earlier talking with Jenny Scara, and we were talking about she has Minecraft videos going on while she performs, or Last Airbender as well.
They had Avatar at one of their shows in the background, so that shit plays. It keeps people's attention. Something different.
I think it also adds a little bit more theme to it. It just gives a more overall like. In the DIY space, if someone has a projector, it's like, oh, okay, cool, we can do something. Even if you don't have visuals, but like, okay, well, what do we all like? Oh, put some skateboarding videos up or something. I would do that. I'd want to put some skateboard compilations up.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite live shows I've seen. I don't even remember what band it was, but they had a bunch of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater footage in the background. I was like, that is so sick. I could wish I stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had the new project come out earlier this year. What's next? What's in store for you guys?
So we have been working on our sound for about the last year, just really refining it to really, set intention for what we want to sound like, how we want to execute that. And we are probably closer than we've ever been to being like where we want to be. And I think the music that we come out with next should reflect that. And also the shows that we'll play will ultimately reflect that as well. So yeah.
Cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
Maybe a single coming out eventually soon, maybe called Allegory, possibly.
Hell yeah. Maybe a single, maybe something, but
Maybe, perhaps, perchance.
new Atta Guns coming soon.
So what would you guys say some of your inspirations are for the music you do? Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, what are some inspirations for the music?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I have a ton, but I feel like for me, Last Dinosaurs have really kind of like influenced a lot of what I bring to the table. Also, The Strokes. I mean, that's a classic. I think that was like a pivot point for me. But there's a ton of good bands out there. But I think those are like the two that like have really stuck with me for a really long time. So, but,
Nice.
What about you guys?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the whole band likes The Strokes, and a lot of just like anime opening style music. Asian Kung Fu Generation is one that me and Paul, and I'm pretty sure the rest of us all really like.
Yeah.
Kanaboon, Tricot, those are all bands that are just killing it.
Fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say Asian Kung Fu Generation. Yeah, that's like probably my biggest inspiration. Also, the Pillows too. The Pillows, huge Pillows fan.
I come from a heavier background because some bands I was in before, we play more metal stuff. So like Attack on Titan, Rumbling, that's my shit. I love that stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I say like that kind of stuff, but I also like Naruto growing up. So the anime openings that Naruto that would have on Naruto, that's the stuff I listened to before too. So
Cool.
I've been more into garage rock lately. Listen to all Black Keys,
Oh yeah.
Arctic Monkeys, but so far, it's kind of taking a step back. Listening to some Croing Band and Arc de Soleil. They're really chill.
Cool. So yeah, he's got some range in there, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, another question would be, what's your favorite? Your guys' favorite anime opening theme?
Mine is Silhouette. I think it's Naruto opening 17 or something like that. Silhouette is phenomenal. So is Bluebird. Naruto just has a bunch of really awesome openings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I also like Unravel by the Tokyo Ghoul one. So good. The World, the Death Note one. That was
I was gonna say,
freaking
wait,
so
the
sick.
first one or the second? Because it's the first half of the show or the second half? I think the second.
The first or the second one? I don't remember. They're both sick.
The
I
one
think
that's
it's the
like
first one.
heavy. The second. Oh my god.
That one.
Yeah.
So good.
Favorite anime opening? Shit, bro. I'm blanking so hard right now. There's like a few good songs. I love One Piece, but I feel like I've connected with other anime openings more. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say the Rumbling, I guess. You know.
Yeah. I feel that.
The last 3 Attack on Titan openings were all freaking peak.
Oh yeah, there's this one, I don't know why, that it's like not as popular, but it's so good. It's Closer. I forgot the name of the artist, but it's one of the Naruto openings. I think so. But it was like Mijika ni aru kono. I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know.
But
the
you got the
lyrics.
words. Hey,
But I love that song.
Go crazy.
That one for me.
Yeah.
I like Initial D and Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Attack on Titan and Naruto across the board.
I think probably Grenge by Lisa for Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah.
That
yeah.
one, I like analyzed that song so much, like trying to see why it's so good, and then, steal the good parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, one of my favorite songs ever.
Yeah. No, cool.
That's awesome. We've been talking about like influences and stuff, but who in your like local scene, what bands and artists in your local scene that you've seen around, like, do you really enjoy hearing?
I really like Rotundos.
There.
I like some of the earlier stuff that they came out with sounds really good to me. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like has this like dark kind of energy with like the vocals kind of in the back, a little echoey.
Yeah.
There's a sound that they had that I really fuck with. Yeah.
My biggest inspiration in the local scene is a band called Yada Yada. I love them to death. They're so good. I really like Honestly, Kangaroo Court is phenomenal. Fundamental Kink, they bring a lot of really great energy to their live shows. Vatos Tristes.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
a
they're
newer
good,
band.
too.
They're phenomenal.
They're really good, too.
I think they're like the future of music right now. They're so freaking good.
I gotta say, Gina Marie for sure. Damn, it's really hard to choose. I mean, Rotundo's hell yeah. I feel like the one that I've connected with the most was the band that I mentioned earlier, Isn't It Strange? They're very versatile, and I really loved like a lot of the funk and like grooves that they brought to the table. Being able to hear it, like, it just tickled the ear. I don't know, I loved every bit of it, so.
For me, there are a lot, so it's hard to choose. I mean, the Fundamental Kink, I've been playing shows with them like even before Atta Guns. They're like a band I've always thought they've been amazing. So it's great to see them every time I get the chance to. Another band that's newer is called One Arm Boxer. Oh my gosh, I listen to Windowsill by them like maybe once an hour. That maybe not an hour, but once a day for sure.
Yeah. Love that.
In the middle of our set, you just stopped to listen to Windowsill.
Like, guys, one second.
I would have to agree with Paul here. Based on vibes, I really like playing with the Fundamental Kink.
Nice. Sweet. Awesome. You got anything
Well,
else?
no, I think that pretty much hits everything. I guess actually I do have one other question. We talked a little bit today about how there's been in Central Illinois. There's been definitely a surge in like a lot of bands and just like a lot of talent just coming up. And I imagine in Chicago, I mean, it's a huge city. Like you're saying, it's so dense. So that's always been going on, you know. I guess I don't even know how to ask. What about the Chicago scene, like growing up in the city? Like, were you exposed to that like when you were younger, and that's kind of why you guys got into it, or was it like maybe in more recent years that it's kind of blown up there too a little bit more?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is. As far as I understand, it has always been this way. I remember I was probably like 15 or 16 when I went to my first DIY show, and I was like, holy shit, this is something. Slight flex. I met the drummer of the Strokes in a Chicago basement. He was playing bass for a band called Nation of Language, and I was like, hey, great set, man. Like, I didn't want to pop him off because I think he was trying to be low key.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
what's your name? He's like, Sam. I'm like, no, you're Fab. I know you.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, the scene has always been so rich with talent, and even though DIY venues die out, new ones emerge all the time. I can probably name like 6 or 7 that went extinct and then reemerged later on. So
yeah.
Huge scene there. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
It's really cool how it happens in like eras. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like, oh yeah, I can distinctly remember like 2020, 2022, like
Yeah.
what bands were revolving
Yeah,
around
like
there.
that's kind of like your frame of reference for
Yeah.
for life at that point. You're like, oh yeah, I was going to
there's
shows
just
here. Yeah,
pockets of time.
yeah, I feel that 100%. Yeah,
It's really cool to hear that that's the same. It's the same case in Chicago, right? Because in Central Illinois, it's so. I don't know. The city, like, there's so many big venues, well-known venues, and down here, it's mostly like DIY spots, right? And to hear it's like pretty much the same up there. I feel like you don't hear about a lot of the Chicago DIY spots versus, a small town like Peoria or Bloomington or Champaign-Urbana. Like, that's all there really is. So I just think it's so cool to hear that both exist in that ecosystem up there.
definitely.
I think it's really cool when smaller towns, like at least smaller than Chicago, which is most.
Right.
I think it's really cool when smaller places have DIY scenes because it happened because it needed to happen because it was so essential to what was the needs of the people. There's so much love happening there. Like Chicago, there's a show every other block, but like out in the middle of nowhere, it's only happening because people really wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
They're like, I am not living my whole life without a fucking DIY show, you know? And I mean, just like this happened just sheer willpower. I wanted some live music. We made live music happen. Like, that is how this kind of stuff works. It's beautiful.
It's crazy too, because like you think about like that kind of stuff, like you see in movies and stuff. And you're like, when you're younger, at least for me, I would be like, that stuff doesn't exist. Maybe back in like the 80s and 90s, stuff was going on like that. But that doesn't happen anymore. But then I remember going to like my first show, DIY show, back in like, I want to say 2021, 2022. That's probably when I first started going, and I remember going and just being like, whoa, this is actually real, and just kind of falling in love with it. And I've been going ever since I was exposed to it the first time. Yeah.
I mean, the first time I was at a packed house show, I was like, I cannot believe this is real.
Yeah.
How did I even get here? Like, who told me about this?
Yeah.
I'm sure I asked the punk, but like, what the hell? I'm now here.
It's like when you see in the movies, this like underground scene.
Yeah.
And like I didn't know like how to get into that or where to find it. But
Yeah.
once you're in it, you're like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah.
This is yeah.
We need some movies about like DIY come-ups and stuff.
for
Like
real.
they're gonna come.
An anime. We need an anime.
Oh, yeah.
That would go
Oh,
so hard. Yeah.
That would actually go super hard, and you guys could do the music for it. So it's just like, come on.
Cool.
Boom. $1 million idea right there.
Yeah, we'll cut this part out, so they won't hear that part.
I remember there was one venue in particular that used to be active called the Francisco Funhouse. And I just have a distinct memory. There was, the ceiling was low, and there just happened to be a really tall bassist playing. And I look over him, there's a hole in the ceiling. And I was just like, it just told the whole story. It was great.
Yeah.
I miss it. It was a good venue.
Yeah.
That's where I met, I'm pretty sure that's the venue I met Fab, so yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. It's really awesome.
Stuff like that that's so cool about the scene in Illinois in general. Just so much going on here. But Atta Guns, thank you so much for spending some time with us,
thank you,
telling
guys.
us about your
Appreciate it, guys.
music and
Thank you.
sharing your experiences, guys. We loved your set. Thank you for being a part of this. Super grateful that you sat down with us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.